In his TED Talk, Are We Ready for Neoevolution?, Harvey Feinberg coins the term neoevolution. This combination of the words evolution, the process by which all life on Earth has differentiated and led to the vast diversity and symbiotic relationships we now have on our planet, and neo, meaning new. He suggests three possible futures. Evolution ends as we have now reached a pinnacle and set in place a system where traditional evolution no longer has an impact. We have no niches or pockets where traditional evolution fosters change. The second possibility he sees is that traditional evolution continues here and even possibly off-world as we reach for space and send humans to live on the Moon, Mars, and beyond. The third possibility, as Feinberg foresees it, we intentionally alter ourselves and our progeny. We are already in this process. We have been working on this through research on animals and research on directed evolution. Some cultures have a gender preference so great this has had a huge impact on the makeup of their populations. Paul Root-Wolpe, in his TED Talk, It's Time to Question Bioengineering, considers that we are already in this era of intentional evolution. Selective breeding of plants and animals has been going on for thousands of years. Now we can do this much faster than the traditional methods. Wolpe shows us that it is probably possible to create a human with a bioluminescent gene. It has been done with other mammals all the way up to monkeys, and the last leap to apes and humans is not impossible, but rather ethically questionable. This example of a technological change to human evolution may seem frivolous. Does it really matter if we create a bioluminescent human? Maybe not, but it points out that it is possible to physically change genes of a developing embryo. As Michael Best discusses in Icarus 2.0, a historian's perspective on human biological enhancement, we have already implanted electrodes into the brain of a paralyzed patient so he could communicate through a computer. This type of technology will lead to the bionic man or woman. Just this week, Leo King wrote in Forbes.com, "Same-day cancer treatment by 2020. Data scientists think so." 2020 is a mere 5 years away. It is extraordinary to think that quickly we will have the genetic tests to offer customized cancer treatment the same day with a medical app such as those envisioned by Daniel Kraft in his TED Talk, Medicine's Future. There's an app for that, which will share the cancer treatment and allow a doctor to find the best customized program in real time. As Bess explains, the very tricky part is the connection between enhancement and treatment. For those suffering from an illness or an injury, the amazing advances in biotechnology are often literally a lifesaver. Is it not possible to also suggest a soldier or a police officer charged to protect people who is biologically enhanced is also a lifesaver? Not of their own life, but perhaps the enhancements allow the saving of many. Is that not just as good as the technology that allows for one paralyzed man to speak? What if the enhanced soldier actually causes destruction to others in the course of protecting those in his care? Does this lead us back to the trolley problem? Is it ethical to turn a switch to save many but sacrifice one? Is it ethical to enhance when those enhancements can lead to harm? There was an announcement this week in Reason.com that the memory and cognitive functioning enhancing drug modafinil has been deemed safe for widespread use. In the European Neuropharmacological Review of 24 placebo-controlled studies concluded that the drug is safe. It's already sought after, as is Alderall, by college students and professionals, and there's very little chance it will be approved at this time in the USA for this use. But this leads to the question Michael Best suggests in Icarus. Now that the cat is out of the bag, it appears unlikely technology and research will not continue. Perhaps it would be unethical to stop the possibility to eliminate so much suffering. But do we first have a need to do no harm? Is it possible that we can avert an increase in the growing inequality we're seeing? The division between the haves and the have-nots in the USA and the world is widening. The wealth gap in the USA alone has increased dramatically. Will the super wealthy be able to afford new enhancements and technologies that will increase the division between them and the 98%? Will this neo-evolution actually divide humans into two species? Will the enhanced move so far ahead of the biologically unaltered we no longer see each other as brothers and sisters and family? Is it possible to avert this outcome? Best thinks it is. If we look to the past and the times we've worked to create systems, regulations, and actually create societal norms surrounding changing technology, such as nuclear weapons or environmentally destructive practices, if we recognize that research and development will continue and find common ground, we can ensure that ethical practices do not hand all the gains to a select few, allowing them to tighten control on the scarce resources of our planet. This might be the toughest challenge mankind has faced to date. Are we up to the test? We had better be. There is no turning back now.